Is age difference a deal breaker in a relationship?
Yes and no.
I would say, yeah, I would say yes and no. I would say anything, in my opinion, anything 10 years or more, that's a bit of a stretch. I mean, I mean, because I feel like if you like 15 and 20 years, I mean, like when you was in college, I wasn't even in diapers, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I mean, you probably was watching the Jeffersons and I was watching Rugrats, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, however you want to, spend that. So I definitely think that if it's 10 years or more, I would say that it's
deal breaker.
too much of a gap.
10 years would be a nice limit. 5 to 10 years, yeah, because I mean, I've tried to get to know people who were between that 5 to 10 year gap and stuff, and sometimes it either is a maturity thing or sometimes it's a like awareness thing. Like they're not fully, they don't know where they want to go, what they want to do. But then I've had people that were interested in me that were older, and it's just like,
How many years though? Like maybe 5, 10? Look, go up some more.
no, let's stop at 5. Let's stop at 5. Okay. So let's say 5, and they want to get to know me and stuff like that. But it's just like, I guess the way that my life is, or the way that I handle myself and do things, maybe like I wasn't on that level yet. Like let's say I may have been in the party phase of my life, kind of thing, going out, having a good time. And this person that may have been older or more mature was in that part of their phase that they're ready to settle down at this point. And they like, hey, I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. And I'm just like, no.
What do you think of? I've heard people say, especially women, that are like 25 and 30, and they're dating men who are like 55 and 60. What do you think about that?
Do you? I mean, do you? But
Do you feel like it's love, or do you feel like it's a situation or an arrangement?
sometimes it could be a bit of both. Sometimes the women, because I mean, I guess studies have shown that most women mature faster than males. So they are looking for more of a mature man. Like they've already dated around. They've already done this. They've had the apps and all that.
But 25 to 30 year age difference, I mean, come on. I mean, like,
But look, you find
that's a lot. I mean,
you find love, you find situations, but I mean, they like what they like.
maybe they're looking for a little bit more than love, but I mean,
A sugar daddy.
Well, I mean, like personally, I feel like I say half and half of women, like they generally like to go for an older guy.
they do. But wait, but you got some older women who like younger men. We call them cougars. That's what we call them. I mean, that's what they are. What do you think about that? Because I feel like, I mean, I've never personally been in that situation, but I have friends who have dated women who were like 20 years older, and for them, they said, man, I feel like I'm her son. Like every time I leave out the house, she calling and she texting me and she asking where I'm at, like who I'm with. Like, am I really with the person that I'm signing up with? And it got exhausting to the point where they said, yeah, like they was having sex, however often they were having sex, but they said it just began to be too stressful because they was like, I feel like sometimes I'm answering to my mother and not my girlfriend.
Wouldn't it be a good situation, and not in terms of like answering to your mother or your sister, obviously, but in terms of like dating somebody older? Now, I've failed countless times, I'm not embarrassed to say it, to date older women because they see me as a younger person, but wouldn't they know what you want, what you need, how to do things without you doing much of anything?
That's true, but it's
Wait.
like,
I need you to teach. Wait. Explain that. Wait. Because I was waiting for an explanation. Teach you, explain this in
An older woman, and in terms of like older women will already have experience in every single category, meaning you don't have to try as hard. With a younger woman, you have to, come up with multiple, scenarios, what you're gonna do. With an older woman, if you fail, you already have an excuse. She's older than you, she's seen it coming. With a younger girl, she's gonna be like, oh, you couldn't try harder, you couldn't do this, you couldn't do that. Now, it could be, again, I have failed multiple times, and I have dated the younger girls, but that's just the way I see it, is an older woman would be easier to date because she knows exactly what you want and what you need, while a younger girl, you would actually have to try, and she could fault you in a lot of things if it's her first experience and she could be disappointed.
What if the older woman has a kid that's your age? I mean, like, what if she's 45 and you 25, or she's 60 and you 30? I mean, I mean, how does? What do you think about that?
60 and 30.
At that point, I mean, we homeboys or
Yeah.
whatever it is.
As long as
But you homeboys, but you dating his mother though. You don't
As
think
long
that's a
as
bit?
he's not older
that seems uncomfortable.
than you. Because if he was older than you, then that is extremely uncomfortable.
So are you for or against?
Age?
Yeah.
I am.
I mean, within reason. Like, if it's more than 10 years, are you for or against it?
I would say if it's more than 15, I'm against it. But if it's less than 15, because if you put my age into it, she still put me in a range of like in the 40s. So
I don't know if I would do 50. I mean, I don't. I'm not sure. So I mean, I would say 10 now.
yeah.
I don't even know. So would you do 10 younger or older?
Oh, 10 older. I can't do 10 younger. I'll go to jail.
Okay, yeah, okay. We don't want that.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like it could be 5 below and maybe 10 up, or 10 like. So you sort of put a barrier on it because you were just like 10. I'm like 10 all around the board.
Yeah.
But
10,
yeah, I
yeah.
can. I guess for me it would be 5 younger and then above. Like above, it doesn't. I've been approached and almost had a sugar mama, and it was
Lucky guy.
pretty funny.
What if you fell for somebody but you didn't know their age? I mean, has that happened to you? I mean, it hasn't happened to me. I've had that experience.
Not really. It's like we discussed all that stuff. Like I've started talking to people and stuff like that, and then they'll tell me their age later on. Like it doesn't come up first thing. I don't know why.
But when it does come up, do you kind of like shy away and be like, I'm not 100%
Yes.
sure?
I do say that, and I'll say, well, you know, especially if there's like younger than my youngest sister or my cousin, so I'm like, you know, like
What am I doing? You know what I'm saying?
yeah, you gotta think like, what am I doing? But at the same time, you know, it's just like, yeah, you like who you like, and you give people chances and stuff, but within reason, you know. So I mean, it within reason kind of thing. You can have a sugar mama, sugar daddy, all that
Okay,
stuff. But like you said, if you know where you want to go, then
I agree.
Have
I
fun.
mean, within like years of reason, legal years.
Yes.
I say about like 4 to 5 below to 4 to 5 above. You know, I don't want to go too high because I feel like say I'm like 30 and the person I'm messing with is like 40 or 50. In my eyes, that's just like a temporary fling. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't want to be with someone who's that older.
40, I would say that's not bad, but when you start saying 50, I might need to think about that.
Yeah.
I personally, I would probably do anywhere. I would do, like you said, like maybe 5 below and then probably like 10 up. So, yeah. So what do you guys think? Is age difference a deal breaker in a relationship? We want to know.